All right. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy ChEDDErTarY here, back again. It's a nice day. It's partly cloudy, but it's still so nice. It's better than the weather we've been having. Oh, you guarantee for the rest of this week, I'm gonna take full advantage of it. Now, doesn't mean it's gonna be hot. No, unfortunately, it's not. It's gonna be cold. I got on a sweatshirt, sweatpants. It's chilly, it's cold, it's supposed to be spring. And you know what's weird about this weather? Like, I have a feeling, and no pun intended to a lot of the rap titles, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a cold summer. It's weird. Like I just have a feeling we're going to be outside in fall clothes for the summer rather than summer clothes. And I hope I'm wrong, but the way, from last year and how this year has been, I wouldn't be surprised if something strange and unusual was going on with the weather. To where come, like, what? Next month, early next month, you would expect me to be out in shorts, but I wouldn't be surprised if we all were out in fall clothes just because of how cold it's been. Like, I remember, now this is when we get into the title of the school, talking about the beginning and end of the school year and things in between, right? And I really want to capture a nostalgia feeling for those that are older or those that are younger that may see this video, and really try to describe stuff in words from my point of view and using my own examples, because it's almost the end of the school year, right? Even though some schools are accepting and some schools are still virtual, as in, I guess like a Skype call or something, right? And what they've been doing. Something that I talked about here on this channel last year or so. But to get back, to the story that relates to it, I remember one school year. I think I was in middle school. I think I was in late middle school. I think. And the reason why I say it was late middle school, because it was December. I believe I was in 8th grade. I think I was in 8th grade at the time, I believe. Now, either that or getting out of the 7th. It was one of those two. Matter of fact, no, it was, yep. I'm going to say it was 8th because I really feel like it was 8th grade. But then, no, it couldn't be. Yeah, it was 8th grade. So it was 8th grade during, December, during Christmas season, right? Christmas month. And it was hot that whole month, especially when it first started. Like, it was summertime weather. Like, pure summertime weather, right? We're walking to the bus stop, right? We were walking to the bus stop. Some of us were wearing ankle socks, sandals, of course, shorts and short t-shirts. The awkward feeling of that at the bus stop, that was only the tip of the iceberg. Looking at each other like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? When we got on the bus, everybody was in summer beach time clothing, right? The awkward feeling, the off attention. It was so awkward, so off that if it was a building, it would collapse. That's how awkward it was. Like, we all couldn't conversate with each other. We couldn't help but just to look around and like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Especially going into school that day, inside the building. We're all in summer clothes, and that whole month felt like the Twilight Zone. Because that whole month is like, damn. Like the trees still had green. Full-fledged trees, man. Full fleshed out trees. That whole month too, when it was weird. Like Christmas came around, it was like, it feels like we're in Hawaii or in Jamaica celebrating Christmas because it just wasn't cold. Like that's how awkward it definitely was. Like wow. Like that's just how awkward it was. Now, for the main part of this video, describing, depending on how I title it, it might be titled New Faces, New Homeroom. Ebony. It's a song that I did a couple years back. It's based off a true story, true events that happened to me. And I wanted to try to describe the feeling of what we see in the beginning of the school year. New faces, new homeroom, and ebony, which means, yes, it was somebody that I knew, but I wanted to use it as a term of a representative when it comes to, you're getting to an age where you're trying to find a relationship and stuff like that. And I want to share the backstory, of that song here in this video. And today's a vlog video. Today is a vlog video. So, new faces, right? When you walk in to the beginning of the school year, and it's definitely going to be in your middle school years and your high school years, absolutely. And a lot of it's not really going to take place for you like that until either your 7th or 8th grade, when you try to look for something like that. And then, yeah, you're going to get caught up in it, most definitely in high school. You walk in to registration day, and it's the half a day of school. You're noticing new people, and you're hoping that you're going to have somebody who in your homeroom class. Like, okay, I know somebody, we cool. Because you are going to get that awkwardness, but you're seeing new faces. You're in a new homeroom class. The environment seems a bit dim, quiet, and you're not really mingling amongst each other just yet. You're not really talking. You're not really, knowing each other right now. And you're in a new homeroom class. And then throughout time goes by, just a little bit of time, not such a big time jump, but a little bit of time goes by and you're talking to somebody, right? And things are going good for a bit, and then that person has to leave for, whatever reason. Not because you or that other person done something, because other things ended up happening, right? So then you kind of fall into a bit of a dark place, and then you kind of start talking to somebody else, and then you think you found the one again, and then you haven't, right? I mean, that's just how it goes. And then, new faces are always coming and going in your lives. Always. So, you're not always going to see the same person over and over again. In most cases, you are going to see the same faces, but a good majority of the time, you're just not going to. A good portion of the time, you're just not going to, unfortunately. Right? Then you get to talking to somebody again, to another person, and you think it's going to go somewhere, and it doesn't. Right? And that's in the, middle of the school year, because things around that time, you're used to a certain rotation, but then something's going to interrupt that rotation that's going to throw it off. And it's going to feel weird too. It's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel weird. I get it. Then, the person that has left right before, the very first person can always come back around. That's what happened to me. But then something interrupts that, person goes away. It is something that is very much known to happen. It is. So, from there, you hop into going into the end of the school year, right? Which leads into it being the end of the school year. People are starting to get anxious. People are starting to get rowdy. And things are starting to settle down a little bit when it comes to work, even though you have tons of testing. That picks up a lot. Even though you got tons of testing, that picks up. It seems a bit dimmer. And then boom, like you're out of school practically for the summer. And that's what that song's about. It is about, the things feeling a bit weird at times, and you're seeing new faces, you're gonna get introduced to new homerooms. I mean, I don't know how they do it today, but that's what you're gonna be introduced to. You eventually may mess around with females here and there, but you're not always gonna stick to one. They're gonna come and go. It is a feeling that is hard to describe, but I think I really nailed it in that song. And I do know for a lot of younger kids are about to leave to go to another elementary school in the town where I'm from. Unfortunately, McDowell is getting sold, and a lot of those kids are going to go to a new elementary school, which is Baker. They're going to feel awkward. They're going to feel off. They're going to be introduced to new homerooms, new faces, right? And it sucks that school's being sold, man, because that school is so very much historic. It's so important to this town, to that community over there in that section side of town. Now, eventually I'm going to have to do a separate video talking about it. I think this weekend, because this weekend's supposed to be very nice, very hot, I'm going to walk down there and definitely give you guys a historical video talking about it. Why is that school so important? I'm going to try to do what I want to do for you guys is go down to the historical building and find what they have for yearbooks and see if I can find myself back in the day when it came to middle school, and see if I can snap a picture as well. Hopefully they're opened. It will be a very long walk. I'm going to do the historical thing first, and then the school second. It is getting cloudy. I'm going to wrap up the video, but I will leave a end screen link to the song that I did for you guys on my other channel so you guys can listen to it. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.